say, she say, we say, I say, hearing out them points of views when I see it my way. Yes it goes, yes it knows, maybe so's, probably not, shoulds and coulds, do's and don'ts, your woulds and won'ts and is you married? Is you single? Meta interest when you mingle. Turn out to be someone you into. So how long before the bed get wrinkled? Children when they tripping. Is it time out or do you whip them? Opinions and decisions, hunches, intuitions. May or may not get it, cause people's experience different. Check the prejudice at the door. Speak the time you give the flow. Tell the truth if it's sweet or sour, cause the hour we spitting that fire.
Woo, good morning, y'all. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Y'all all right this morning? I hope everybody is doing good this morning. I really do. I hope everybody is doing good this morning. I was just over in Kwame Brown's channel, and I was going to talk about Candy Owens, and it was pertaining the what Kwame was talking about as far as the young guy who, was released from the NBA for exposure, right? And then I was going to talk about it, but then I wasn't. I was just going to talk about the Me Too as I normally do. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, okay? And please join, okay? It's only $2.99. Make sure you're joined the channel. And you can also super chat if you like the content into which you are listening to right now, okay? And the Cash App is Spittin if you want to support the channel. All the proceeds do go to the channel to help us update all the software that is needed to give you the content and deliver the content to you as, things get outdated. We have to keep up with it. These software streams have to be updated, and sometimes the subscriptions are year subscriptions and things of that nature, and you always want new equipment and stuff like that. They always coming out with new cameras and all those type of things, and that's what helps the channel build. All right, so let's get to talking about what's going on. All right, now I was over at Kwame Brown's channel, and when he was talking about Josh Primo, the NBA player who was let go for exposing himself to the doctor, okay? I guess it was a psychiatrist who's working for the organization. And some of these young men who are being drafted into the NBA be coming from some backgrounds where they have some issues. So that won't take out on the court and out here in life. They now, I guess, give them some help that they need. You know what I mean? Because they come from, challenging, backgrounds as well as humble beginnings, right? So, I was reading the story and I was listening to Kwame, and he was like, he's 19, yeah, but he know what he's doing. He know better what would make him expose himself to the doctor and all this and all that. Well, from what I've read, right, I hadn't had much to research it thoroughly, but from what I read from a really credible source, that wasn't the issue. The issue was the young man went to visit the psychiatrist, psychologist, psychiatrist. I don't know which one is which. Okay, I do not know, and I don't think it matters. But to some people, always want to criticize you as you become delivering content. People always want to criticize every little thing you say, even if you misspeak or whatever. And I just hate those type of people. I really do. I hate those type of people. However, I don't know if it was a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or anything else. But the fact of the matter is he was getting therapy, okay? And because he had some challenges in his background and things like that, he was trying to get some therapy for those challenges, right? Which kudos, right? Because we say that black people, particularly men, don't get help, right? That come from these backgrounds, okay? That have some, some abnormalities, right? And so he was trying to get help to get that in there because his life is just starting. You know, he's in the NBA making some NBA money. You know, he's growing into a manhood. He only been an adult legally for a year. So, you know, he doesn't have all the grounds yet, okay? And he's still got some messing up to do. Some messing up to do. And to kick him out the league was too extreme. But this is how much the Me Too movement has power over these organizations. They're taking over our government. They're taking over our laws. They're taking our men. They're taking their livelihood. They're destroying men and women heterosexual interaction. They're just destroying it. Well, anyways, from what I read, getting back on the subject, from what I read, he was laying down on the couch. So he had come in there. Normally he comes before or after his basketball game. So when he would come to see her, he would have on his basketball gear. Okay? He would have on his basketball gear. And of course those shorts are loose. Well, as a young man, because, you know, he probably has to still be taught that that's why a lot of them wear tights up underneath their shorts, so their manhood won't be exposed because it's loose, right? So, anywho, he was laying down, from what they were saying, and it makes kind of sense for a 19-year-old kid. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So he was laying down, and as he was laying down, his Johnson was exposed, and he wasn't aware of it, but he had on the shorts, right? It wasn't up. He was just laying down on the couch, not thinking to position himself, not thinking to cover himself. He just laying down and thinking, my shorts is long enough, right? That, you said I haven't heard about it until, okay. Yeah, the shorts was loose, and his Johnson was hanging out. So I guess he wasn't aware of it. And as a 19-year-old kid, as I was just saying, you kind of probably have to tell him, hey, man, you know, you probably need some shorts up under that. Or you need some leggings up under that. Because your manhood shows in those type of shorts. Because they're, for one, the material is loose, is breathable. It has to be because they got to move, right? And they need air. So she sees it, right? Instead of saying, young man, you need to fix yourself because you're exposed. Instead of saying that, me too. He exposed himself, right? And he like, what the fuck wrong with you? Right? He like, what's wrong with you? Like, he don't know what the hell going on, right? And I'm saying to myself, this young man is not sitting up here trying to show himself to a therapist if he's trying to get help, right? He's only 19. Not saying that he doesn't know right from wrong, but even though they do, you still have to guide them a little. You know what I mean? So he has a baby face still. You know what I'm saying? Hell, in my damn house, if you was still at home, you still get punishments. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? So he was laying down on the couch. His Johnson was exposed. And he wasn't aware of it because I guess she lays him down and they talk. And she may have seen him. And next thing you know, she's, me too, he exposed himself. But that's like saying if someone goes to a bathroom, we have had this happen. We have had people, men and women, go to a bathroom. They thought they zipped up all the way. The zipper comes down. Their fly is open. Now, all of a sudden, it's a Me Too situation. Why didn't you just tell him his fly was open? Like, sir, excuse me, you have to zip up. You know what I mean? Why would you just, if he didn't come in there, he didn't have it in his hand saying, look, if he's laying down on the couch and it slips out or it hangs out the shorts or whatever, why didn't you say, excuse me, young man, you have to position yourself because I see you. You're exposed. Why would you go do all that to this young man? And I said to myself, please don't say she a Becky. Because no disrespect to the Caucasian persuasion, because I love y'all. But y'all is known for that shit for real. I mean, like, for real. Y'all is some dramatic asses sometimes. And I said to myself, why didn't she just say that? Especially, she twice his age, so you old enough to be his mama. So why didn't you say, hey, boy, stand up and fix yourself. Get yourself together. You exposed. The next time you come here, you're going to have to wear some up under those type of shorts because they're loose. Why wouldn't you scold him like a mother or an older person? Why? You won't just really act like you ain't never seen a dick before. Like, seriously, you just gonna really act like you just really gonna do this shit, right? You just really gonna do it, right? So I said to myself, I was like, I know God doggone well, she didn't just go tell on this baby that's 19, that's seeing her for therapy, okay? And got this boy kicked out the NBA. He was the 12th pick. And this could have changed his life. So you got this baby kicked out because he coming to see you before practice or a game or whatever, and he didn't have the shorts on underneath. You know, sometimes at 19, you got to still get on them. Because when my daughter was 19 years old, there's some things, not even about, you know, stuff like that, but I be having to get on her. I be like, are you going out the door with that bra on? That's the wrong bra for that top. Or that's this. Well, what? She, you know, she has no clue. I have to I still make her go change it. And she's just a year older than him. So, to say that it's really tasteless. It's really, see, mothers, this is why I say you got to protect your babies, your sons. They got y'all talking about y'all daughters. Everybody forgot to protect these boys. Don't throw them to the wolves because of these hoes. And I mean what I said. I mean it just like that. I really do. Because when it comes to the Me Too movement, I do not be professional. I said that I was going to try to get my channel and get towards the more professional way, not use as many cuss words. But it's so hard when I talk about that Me Too movement. It's so hard because I can't stand that movement. Like, I literally can't because of stuff like this. Stuff like this. Like, I cannot stand that movement. I just cannot. I just can't. I can't. I pray that I'd never be downtown like in my city or something and they having a Me Too rally and I pray that I don't see it. You know what I mean? Because I could just have a flash and just an out-of-body experience and just you see people run into the crowd. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't wish death on nobody, but that movement is tainting our people. In addition to, right? And I just said, did she just tell on this baby like that? Like he literally did this on purpose? I bet you $5 his mama still clean up his room. His mama still fussing him about leaving his shorts and dirty socks around. His mama still fussing him about drinking out the container and putting it back in the refrigerator. His mama still fusses him about those things. Thinking to myself, why don't men fight back against these movements? Why don't y'all fight back? So the NBA let him go. I don't know why any company won't minimize their liability with the Me Too movement. If I was a man, I said this before, and it's so funny how Candace Owens said it as well. But I said this a couple years ago too. If I was a man, I wouldn't hire no woman. Maybe a stud, just so I can get around not being sexist. It would be hard for me to hire a woman. It would be so hard. And if I do hire women, they would not be in contact with no men other than giving a presentation to go back to your damn office or cubicle. I would not hire. They would not have no interaction. They will be in charge of stock. They will be in charge of incoming and outgoing stationery. They will be all secretaries. And when we have meetings, they will be in a board meeting with a glass window. It will be so bad. It's so bad. Because women have now been able to use this movement to capitalize and become victim. Any little thing is a victim now. I told you guys, if you haven't watched my videos prior to, I told you guys, I said, I think I was showing a video clippings of different things or whatever, and I said, this is crazy. There was a teacher one time, and she had on this dress or whatever, and the little boy, 7 years old, 7, told her she looks nice today, or he liked her dress or something like that. He's in the first grade. 7 years old in the first grade. And she wrote this boy up for sexual harassment. I don't even think he understood what he did wrong. I said it couldn't be my child. I would be in jail because I beat the shit out of her. I'm serious, y'all. I'm serious. I would. It would go from a Me Too case to abuse and assault. Because I'd be up there ready to fight. Because you're not going to ruin my son's record in school. And he's 7 years old and going to have a sexual assault on his school record. You're not finna put that on his record. You not without getting your ass beat. You not finna put that on his record because that's going to follow him throughout his school year and college. And then if he ever get into a situation where he got to defend himself, or he got a history of sexual assault, they will use that. And they will not even take into account his age. Do you know she wrote that baby up for sexual harassment? At least tried to. And I think that the community was outraged. It's the only reason why they didn't do it, because the mother was so smart that she put flyers on everyone's door, and they went up there and they was upset about it, and they ended up removing the teacher instead. But they wasn't finna do that at first. They was literally finna kick this boy out of school because he told the teacher, "You look, that was a pretty dress," or something like that. They're doing stuff like this. So this boy goes to the therapist at the NBA with his uniform, and y'all know how them shorts is. Y'all know when a man wear loose shorts and or you know what I mean, them shorts, and his thing is showing through his shorts or whatever, he can't help it. It's part of his damn anatomy. Okay, that's what's made up between men and women. He has a penis, and the penis shows through those type of shorts. People want to make it seem like it's just a disgusting thing. He was born with it. So even if he laid down and it got exposed a little bit and he not aware, did you tell him to fix himself first? Did you tell him you're exposed, son? Come back when you come back big in here. You want to come up here like that so you won't have those issues. He's only 19. He might still need to be, you know. So it was so funny because as I was sitting up here, I'm gonna play this twice because it's a short, and it's by a Candace Owens short, right? And when I say short, I mean like the short clips. So I'm gonna play it like 2 or 3 times because the clips be, very short. So I want everybody to really get a real listen to what it is that she had to say when it pertains to hiring women. Okay? And I know that as you guys been coming over here listening to Spittin' Fire, and some of you been rocking me for 4 years, you know I've been anti-Me Too from the beginning. So when she said this, it only got me feeling some type of gratitude that somebody with a larger platform feeling the same way I'm feeling, and they try to tell me I'm a pedo lover and all this type of things when I'm not the only one seeing what I'm seeing out here. You know what I'm saying? And the left is pushing it. And let me tell you, I'm a Democrat, and I'm not voting Democrat. I'm just telling you that. I don't know who I'm voting for, but it damn sure won't be a blue pill. All right, so let's take a listen to this, and let's take this picture down, and let's play it. Let's go.
But if I was a man, I wouldn't hire a woman. I wouldn't do it. And I say it all the time, and I say that, and that is something that women need to consider when they're talking about this stuff. When you are saying that a man complimenting you and saying, I really like your outfit today, is a form of sexism. If you're a man, why hire a woman, right? So you fought all this time to be able to get into the workforce only to say these are going to be the rules. If you say anything, even if you compliment me, if you look at me, anything, I'm going to have a reason to fight you. And by the way, you're going to want to settle and pay me because even just the stain of an accusation is enough to ruin men. So if you're a guy, right, in this society, in this Me Too environment, in this litigation rich environment of misogyny and sexism and all of these claims, what is the value add? What's the risk? The benefit and the risk. I can't do the analysis and say, I'd just be like, no, I'm just not hiring one. Give me all the men. If I was a man, and I'm not a man, but if I was a man, I wouldn't hire a woman. I wouldn't do it. And I say it all the time, and I say that, and that is something that women need to consider when they're talking about this stuff. When you are saying that a man complimenting you and saying, I really like your outfit today, is a form of sexism. If you're a man, why hire a woman, right? So you fought all this time to be able to get into the workforce only to say these are going to be the rules. If you say anything, even if you compliment me, if you look at me, anything, I'm going to have a reason to fight you. And by the way, you're going to want to settle and pay me because even just the stain of an accusation is enough to ruin men. So if you're a guy, right, in this society, in this Me Too environment, in this litigation rich environment of misogyny and sexism and all of these claims, what is the value add? What's the risk? The benefit and the risk. I can't do the analysis and say, I'd just be like, no, I'm just not hiring one. Give me all the men. If I was a man, and I'm not a man, but if I was a man, I wouldn't hire a woman. I wouldn't do it. And I say it all the time, and I say that, and that is something that women need to consider when they're talking about this stuff. When you are saying that a man complimenting you and saying, I really like your outfit today, is a form of sexism. If you're a man, why hire a woman, right? So you fought all this time to be able to get into the workforce only to say these are going to be the rules. If you say anything, even if you compliment me, if you look at me, anything, I'm going to have a reason to fight you. And by the way, you're going to want to settle and pay me because even just the stain of an accusation is enough to ruin men. So if you're a guy, right, in this society, in this Me Too environment, in this litigation rich environment of misogyny and sexism and all of these claims, what is the value add? What's the risk? The benefit and the risk. I can't do the analysis and say, I'd just be like, no, I'm just not hiring one. Give me all the men. If I was a man, and I'm not a man, but if I was a man,
and so that's the point. That is the point that I want to make. If I had a corporation, I wouldn't even hire us. I wouldn't hire us. I would not hire us at all. No, I would not hire a woman. If I hire a woman, she would be around nothing but women and couldn't interact with no men. Couldn't interact with no men. Not at all. Not at all. She would be, if I hire a woman, she would be the person that's passing out the stationery in the departments. I probably wouldn't even hire her as a secretary. Nope, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would not do that. I would not do that because what is a compliment? Oh, you look nice today. Your hair today. He didn't say, I want to marry you. He didn't say, I want to have sex with you. What is wrong? A compliment to a woman now is sexual harassment. It's sexual harassment. This is how messed up women are. This is how messed up we are today. It's sexual harassment. So, part one of this, because let me tell you how bad it is. I had to change the title in this video. I couldn't put Me Too in it. I had to put M Movement. Because this is how strong they is. This is how I couldn't monetize it if I put Me Too. Where is freedom of speech? See, when we were talking about Ye, people was like, oh, you agree with him. No, it has nothing to do with agreeing with somebody saying. It has something to do with your freedom of speech is what you want to. You can't get mad at somebody and say, well, I'm not going to help you protect the freedom of speech because I don't like what you said. I can't say Me Too, but you can sit up there and put it on a banner and march up and down the street with thousands of women behind you screaming this crap. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. If I was a woman, I would want to protect my son. Women need to protect their sons. We got to stop acting like women don't like sex. We got to stop that. And we got to stop women from speaking for other women. We got to stop that. I like a compliment. Oh, you look nice today. Oh, thank you. What if I'm feeling bad about myself? What if, like me, right? I'm doing all of what I can to get on this healthy journey, right? And to lose weight and to be healthy and all this, right? So what if a man say to me, oh, Fire, you coming down nicely and that outfit compliments you. That looks nice. All the work that I have done to get that compliment, I'm not supposed to be able to accept it because now it's a Me Too movement. Or even if you said, I will pick a name in there. Oh, Takeda. Takeda, you look really nice today. I like your hair. And then what if Takeda just runs to HR? Oh, that's sexual harassment. What? Take the compliment. Isn't that why we do our hair in addition to us liking it? But for the appearance? Don't we say first appearance is everything? So when people compliment us on our appearance, why is it sexual harassment? He didn't say, Takeda, let me pull your hair and hit it from the back. He didn't say that. He just said, hey, I like your hair. Oh, I like your new color. I like the dress. It looks nice on you. Now we just running with this Me Too movement. Denitra, you hit the wrong person. Takeda Moore is okay. Now you just running with this Me Too movement. And you just sit up there and now your boys are under attack. Why is y'all hiding Takeda's Moore? Do not hide Takeda Moore. I'm sorry, Takeda, if they hid you. Do not hide Takeda Moore. Do not hide her. Okay? Do not hide Takeda Moore. Okay? It's fire here. It's fire. Thank you. It's fire. It's spitting fire. So, that's one of the things I was talking about. Okay? Thank you, Healing Land. Thank you. All right. No problem. But it's Spittin' Fire, Takeda Moore. And so I'm just sitting up here talking about people actually need to make sure that they understand that they really need to protect these boys as much as they protect these girls. These girls are under attack. I have not been happy with the Democratic Party lately, and not just for the Me Too movement, but to me, for the alternative, for all this other stuff that's going on in life. It's just too much. I was raised in a situation where we supposed to look upon men and women. You know, men and women supposed to get together and do things together. You know what I mean? Men and women procreate, make the world go round. All this other alternative stuff is just too much for me, and it's imposing on my life, and then they're attacking the babies. I just found that to be way too much. Way too much. And all these organizations and movements are in cahoots with each other. They are in cahoots with each other. And they doing things against the law. They doing way too much against the law. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're attacking the babies. Your baby don't have to ask your permission to change the sex. Your baby can go to California and cut off his wee-wee without your permission. Your baby can tell you, don't call me a him. I want to be a her today. Because that's what your president signed the bill into effect. Your blue president. So you mean to tell me something that I pushed out, that I have to shelter, that I have to feed, that I have to bring into the world, can tell me what to call them? So why don't we just not give them a name when they're born? Why don't we just say you or you? What's your name? You. And then when you get the age of talking, you can decide your own name if that's the case. Why even name them then? Why even name them then? Why even name your children if they can decide what they want to be? Why give them a name on a birth certificate? Why? They be like, what's the name? It. That. You can't say pronouns like him and her no more. Why do it? That's right, Fee-Bro. Why not just call it an it? Would you have a it? You had a boy or a girl? No, I had an it. What's her name? Question mark. A symbol. Like Prince. Put the veil. No, it makes no difference. Makes no sense. So, whatever. It doesn't make sense at all. He has no name. Just put a period. Just put a period. Can't give a compliment no more. Can't do nothing anymore. Nothing. And if I was a woman, when we do this damn march, and we gonna bring you mothers out, we gonna march for these men. Somebody gotta protect them. It's the women that's bringing them down. It's the women that's gonna have to protect them. That's what it has to be, because the men they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. This couldn't be my son, and I'm thinking we made it out the hood, and he playing pro basketball, and he doing his thing, and he doing what he loved to do as a young man, and this heifer talking about he exposed himself to her like he did it purposely, and like she ain't never seen it before. Instead of just telling him to straighten himself up. Why would she do that? Why would she get her damn job, her ass fired? We need the petition that she get let go too. Sick of them. So speaking of the Me Too movement, let's look at what's going on. Now here is, let me push this up. We're going to go down a little bit. We're not going to cover all of this. This is going to be part 1. This is the Me Too hit list. They have a hit list. And I told you, okay, let me take this off for a minute. I told you guys that she said, and when I say she, I mean her right here, her ugly behind, Ugmo. Y'all know who Ugmo is. Here she go. Ugmo, I'm talking to you. She's said she going after different sectors. Now, when you say you going after, that kind of remind me of a framing. I'm going to ask you mothers in here, before you believe the stuff that's going on in these court systems with these men, make sure you read the transcript. Not just what the prosecutor says, but what the cross-examination is. Right? So because this is her, we're going to put her over here because this is her movement. Let's sit up here. And number 1 on the hit list, Harvey Weinstein, accused of sexual assaulting, harassing, and raping several women in Hollywood actresses, as well as using sexual favors in exchange for career advancement. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison for 5 felony related to the allegations. Okay, now I read some of this transcript. They are framing your men, and y'all know how I am about R. Kelly. Look how they made his shit lengthy. Okay. Illegally married a 15-year-old singer, Aaliyah, when he was 27. Let's stop right there. First of all, that marriage was not concealed. Second of all, that was Age Ain't Nothing But a Number album that it could have been used for publicity stunts because they do shit like that. It wasn't sealed. She couldn't get a marriage license because she wasn't 18 years old. Okay. And furthermore, everybody else lied about their age. We don't even know if she lied about her age. And not only that, because when I break this shit down to you, hold on now. When I break this shit down to you, let me see. Let me take them off. Let me take this off. When I break this down to you, let's look at something else. Because they just be lying. Leah ain't said nothing about being married to R. Kelly. But let's take this. Okay. So let's look at this.
Right now, I don't have a boyfriend. And I can't say I'm really looking. I think it'll come along at the right time. I have a lot of friends. And when that guy comes along, I'll know it, he'll know it, and then it'll happen. But I am really busy with the career and the fact that I'm getting ready to go back to school, so I'll just see how it works in.
3 years ago, there was this terrible rumor out. What is the deal with you and R. Kelly? Are you all married or not?
No, I'm not married. Robert's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. He's a great producer, great artist who I do admire, and there's nothing there at all.
We are here.
Now,
this is
that
my
was
place is the final frontier.
Right before her, that was right before her demise, right? That was right before her demise, but they got this shit up here, right? The first sentence. We just struck that. She spoke from the grave, right? Others have confirmed sexual relationships when she was underage. Others. So they speaking for her from the grave. And although before her demise, she has said what she said in the interview, that can't be respected because that don't go along with the narrative. In 1996, Kelly was accused of having sexual relationship with a 15-year-old girl in court. Okay? He settled the lawsuit in 1998 for $250,000. In 2009, divorce court filings Kelly's ex-wife, Andrea Kelly, molested a preteen girl the same year. Alleged Kelly molested a preteen girl the same year. Really? Really? The ex alleges that. Well, in the court filings, okay. Well, let's debunk that right quick. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. Let's debunk that stuff right quick. Let's see if we can debunk this right quick. Nah, that's that. Hold on. Let's see. Because y'all know how I do. So, this is the court transcript. Now, this is the cross-examination when R. Kelly was in court. So let's read, right? Let's read the court transcript. When you see Q, that's the attorneys asking the question to the person on the stand. A is their response. Okay? So, let's start up here. Robert put it behind him at that point, right? Yes, okay. And then as for what Robert Kelly knew, all right, so that's them cross-examining, speculation. Okay, so let's go down to line 3, right? We at line 3, because I want y'all to follow me now, because I be bagging my shit up. Now, listen. Well, you are living with him, weren't you? Yes. You talked to him pretty regularly, given the fact that you were living with him, and I guess his wife, right? Correct. In fact, you also had a sexual relationship with him and his wife, right? That's what he wanted. You did that, though, as an adult, right? Correct. Now, as an adult, now, what we talking about here? Come on, mothers. Y'all, this is somebody's son. And y'all got sons, too. Okay? And I can go on and debunk this whole damn R. Kelly part. But anyway, R. Kelly is number 2. Michael Jackson. Right? Now, mind you, they had to take this whole doggone HBO special off. He sued and won. His estate did anyway. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't no Me Too movement then, but they put him on the hit list. Bill Cosby, Roman Polanski, Woody Allen, Kevin Spacey, Bryan Singer, Ron Jeremy, Nate Parker, Luke Besson, Chris Brown, accused of assaulting Rihanna and accused of being abusive in subsequent relationships. You see that? You see this? You see how they tearing down the men? I bet you somebody that on this side is a lesbian or in the LGBT. Accused of sexual inappropriate behavior, including indecent exposure. Marilyn Manson looks at accused of grooming Evan Rachel Woods as a teenager and abusing her. He has also been accused of similar behavior by at least 4 other women. His personal assistant claims he witnessed Manson abusing his current wife, okay? Roland Emmerich, okay? Kobe Bryant, okay? Anthony Anderson, look at that. Oliver Stone, Ted Kennedy, Bill Clinton, okay? All right. Joe Biden, but this is a sitting president. Former sitting president. Former governor. Supreme Court justice. They putting anybody, Supreme Court justice. All your men are now sexual abusers. David O. Russell. Scott Rudin. Lars von Trier. Ansel Elgort. Mel Gibson, Casey Affleck. I'm surprised I ain't got the brother being. Armie Hammer, T.I., and his wife, Tiny Harris, Britt Ratner, Christian Bale. Look at that. Assaulting his mother and sister. Look at that. Steven Tyler. Marlon Brando. He's deceased. He's deceased. Asia Argentino. Look at that. James Franco. Sylvester Stallone, John Travolta, Cuba Gooding Jr., Ezra Miller. Look at that. Alessandro. Look at that. Danny Masterson. Look at that. Jim Carrey. Accused of wrongful death of his former girlfriend. Look at that. Sean Penn. Look at that. Quentin Tarantino. Al Franken. They put all these men in a Me Too category. Christian Slater. Look at that. So all men are sexual abusers. Look at this. This is not insane to you? Johnny Depp. Now, mind you, accused of spousal during marriage to Amber Heard. Mind you, he won his case. So they didn't even think to remove him. Billy Bob Thornton. Jeffrey Tambor. Look at that. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at that. Charlie Rose. Look at that. Gene Simmons. Mickey Rourke. Ozzy Osbourne. Emily. Look at that. Rob. Look at that. Nicolas Cage. Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor been deceased for a while. Mario Lopez. What? Accused of date rape in 1993, but there was no evidence to support the claim, and witness contradicted the accuser's claim. In 2004, his marriage to Angie was annulled after he admittedly had an affair at his bachelor party. So, you mean to tell me you put his affair in there? Why is his affair in there? Is a Me Too situation? Come on now. Chris North, look at that. Edward James Osmo, look. A teen girl accused of Osmo of touching her in a sexual manner. He paid her $150 settlement but denied the allegation. In 1997, he was accused of sexual assaulting a woman. Steven Seagal, Cardi B. Oh, they just threw her in there. Has admitted to drugging and robbing a man, although she claimed this was out of necessity. She claimed this claim was contradicted by her claim of having a lucrative career as a stripper at the time of these confessed robberies. Okay, so she said she did it herself, but nobody came forward, but they put her on here. Look. Shot Kelly Preston, look at that. But they ain't saying nothing about him giving women all those diseases. Robin Thicke. Look at that. Look at that. Most of them are men. Accused of domestic violence in 1999, arrested by reporter Daniel Young for sexual harassment. 2017, defendant Terrence Howard and domestic violence claims against him. Defended Terrence Howard. Look at that. I told you this is somebody who put this together that hate men. Look at that, holding somebody captive. Prince. Accused of controlling behavior. Controlling behavior. Red Hot Chili Peppers. They just put the whole damn group in here. Look at that. Al Green. All your favorite. Known as a womanizer whose adulterous relationships, Mary Woodson, White, resulted in White dousing him with high grist before committing suicide in 1974. In 1978, Green was charged with battery for allegedly beating Lovey Smith with a tree limb, but had to charge dismissed after Smith missed the court date due to moving and not receiving the subpoena. His ex-wife Shirley Kiles, who twice filed for divorce in 1978 and 1981, accused Green of years of severe, frequent beating throughout their marriage. Green admitted to spousal abuse in 1982 under oath. Look at that, Vince Mahone. Now, she doused him with hot grits, but she ain't on here. So what I'm saying is, sometimes people could be in a toxic relationship where the abuse go both ways, but they making it on the man. That's what I'm saying. Sean Connery, look at this. This every man in the industry. Floyd Mayweather. This is every man, and this is just one page. Just the first 100. Let's see. James Toback, Ronnie Wood, Drake Bell, Thomas. Look at that. Dice, the comedian, James Wood, Eminem. Now, we know Kim was crazy as hell, but look how they did it. Everybody. John Lennon. John Lennon been dead how long? See what I'm saying? Look at that. Mike Tyson, convicted of rape. Look at that. Was recognized for harassing ex-girlfriend Lily Taylor and charged with 2 counts of aggravated harassment. He pleaded guilty. Look at that. No wonder. Wendell Pierce, arrested in 2016 after allegedly assault of Bernie Sanders supporter during the 2000 presidential election. He was charged with battery and was released on a $1,000 bond. What the hell does that have to do with a Me Too? Alan Dershowitz. Look at that. Ain't none of the parents on here. Some of these parents need to be on here and locked up. Eddie Griffin. Aaron Carter, look at that. Nick Carter, look at that. Triple X Tenation. He's deceased, but they got him on here. Tory Lanez. Accused of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Look at that. Look at that. Paul Mooney. Dr. Dre. Look at that. Sean Bean. Wow, it's so many. Look at that. So many. Jim Brown. Ooh, wee. Steve Austin. Kid Rock. Melly. A$AP Rocky. Ooh, they are getting these men. Russell Simmons, Vanilla Ice. They are getting their asses. Tito Ortiz. Ooh, look at that. And this, they putting it on here before it got doggone Me Too movement. We even knew about it. Billy D. Williams. Flavor Flav. Morocco Amari. Look at that. Oh, Darius McCrary. Believe her. That's all they say. Believe her. Orlando Brown. You can't even get into it with a shit. They forcing all these men to be they forcing all them to be abusers. This is all your people. This is all your people. Kick rocks with your socks off. See what I'm saying? It's sad. It's sad. So these are the type of things that this woman has caused. And yet no parents is in jail. She started all of this. And we got to fix it. You got a son. You better protect him. You don't know what your son grow up to be. You don't know what he going to be. He can hit the lottery today or tomorrow and somebody going to come back and say he's an abuser. Trust and believe to get some money. He may not even know some of these people. They going to put him in his face. If he met her at a bar and had a drink, she going to say he took her back somewhere. You better, I'm telling y'all, we better get on board with this. We got to stop this. And we got to stop them from telling us what we can and can't say. How we can't say the Me Too movement, but they on the internet and got a site and marched. Why we can't say Me Too movement in our titles on YouTube if what they doing is a good thing? If you believe what you're doing is a good thing, then why we can't say Me Too movement? Y'all got to think about that. Got to think about it. These are the things that y'all got to think about. So I just wanted to bring that stuff to y'all attention because if not, we going to have some serious issues. We going to have some real serious issues. All right? So I'm going to come back probably later on. All right? We're going to talk about some more stuff. But I just wanted to make sure and bring about this Me Too charges with Josh Primo about how this woman did this young man. It was horrible. It's sad. You know what I mean? And yes, free R. Kelly. Now Jason Finch can come back and say that. All right? Until next time, free R. Kelly, free Bill, free Harvey too. Hell, I just don't believe in that Me Too crap. All right? Until then, until next time, until later on, make sure y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you would know when I set up there and put out a new video. If you haven't, or if something wrong with it, unsubscribe, then resubscribe, and then hit the notification bell again. Make sure you join. It's only $2.99 a month, all right, to join. Some people have gotten the Dragon Cup or the Fire Cup. All right, because they were joined and they were so a fire flame so long. So you could be receiving a fire cup too. So make sure you hit that join button, okay? Make sure you do that. Until next time, till later on, thank y'all for tuning in to Spittin' Fire. I'm your girl, R.A. Jackson, and this is Spittin' Fire. Fire out.
We say, I say, hearing out them points of views when I see it my way. Yes it goes, yes it knows, maybe so's, probably not. Shoulds and coulds, do's and don'ts, your woulds and won'ts is how you rock. Politicians and religions on your house, or are you ready?